Hello students, so in this video we will be solving remaining questions from the topic quadratic equations. So the next questions is the smallest positive integral value of a for which all the roots are real and distinct. So this is a biquadratic equation, dear students. So let us take x square equals to t. So we get t square minus 8t plus 9 equals to 0. Now listen very carefully, dear students. Acha, for equation 1 all the roots are real and distinct. Now for equation 1 to have all the roots to be real and distinct, equation 2 should have distinct and positive roots. Distinct and positive roots. I hope you understood this. Then only equation 1 will have real and distinct roots, right? I hope you understood this, because if the equation 2 will have same roots, let us say t square, let us say t is equals to 2 comma 2, then we will not have real and distinct roots here, right? And let us say the roots are negative, then for example t is equals to minus 6, then x square cannot be equals to minus 6. So for equation 1 to be satisfied, equation 2 should have distinct and positive roots. That is, I think, clear, right? Now this is true. That means if this is true if d is greater than 0 to maintain this condition, and since the roots are distinct and positive, can we say minus b by 2a should be greater than 0? Not only that, and f of 0 should be positive, right? I hope you understood this. So let us go one by one. For discriminant to be greater than 0, we can say a square minus b square minus 4ac should be greater than 0. That means b square minus 36 is greater than 0. That means a here belongs from, we can write this as a minus 6 into a plus 6 should be greater than 0. So from here he says a greater than 6 or a less than minus 6, right? And minus b divided by 2a, minus b is what? Minus of minus a divided by 2, a is 1. So this should be, that means a by 2 should be, that means a should be positive. Anyways, he's telling positive integral value. From here this value is rejected, right? A cannot be less than minus 6, and f of 0 should be greater than 0. Dear students, let us say this is f of t. F of 0 means 0 minus 0 plus 9. Anyways, this is greater than 0. So that means from this inequality and this inequality and this inequality, we can say, he says a belongs to R here, right? And he says a greater than 0 and he says a greater than 6. Ultimately, if I combine all that, we get a greater than 6. That means a belongs from 6 to infinity. What is he asking? The smallest positive integral value, that will be a integer, smallest. That means a integer will be, it should be greater than or equals to 7. The smallest integral value should be 7, dear students. Now let us go to the next question. So the question is very, very simple. The next question says, let alpha beta be the roots of the quadratic equation. Lambda belongs to integer here, dear students. 1 by 2 is less than or equals to, this is difference of roots. What is this equals to, dear students? That is under root d by mod a, right? I hope you know. So for this equation, what is mod beta minus alpha? That will be d is b square is minus 20 whole square minus 4 into we can say a into c, right, divided by mod a is 12. So we can say that is nothing but under root 400 minus 12 into 12 is 144 lambda divided by 12. This is not 1121, this is mod of 12. Okay, that means as per the given condition, 1 by 2 is less than or equals to under root 400 minus 144 lambda by 12, and that is less than or equals to 3 by 2. Dear students, let us multiply with 12 throughout. We get 6 less than or equals to under root 400 minus 144 lambda will be 3 by 2 into 12 will be 3 into 6, 18, dear students. Now we have to just solve this inequality. So if I take 6 less than or equals to this, so we get 400 minus 144 lambda, square on both sides, we get 36 less than or equals to 400 minus 144 lambda. That means 144 lambda will be equals less than or equals to 400 minus 36, I guess it is 364. So that means lambda is less than or equals to 364 by 144. That is one inequality. And if I solve these two inequalities, I get square on both sides. We get 400 minus 144 lambda is less than or equals to 18 square is 324, dear students. 400 minus 324 is 76 is less than or equals to 144 lambda. That means 76 by 144 is less than or equals to lambda. So combining these two, we get 76 by 144 is less than or equals to lambda, and that is less than or equals to 364 by 144. 76 by 144 is 0 point something, correct? No? And 144 into 2 is 288 into 3 is 3 4 is 12 is 113. I think it is 432. So this should be less than or equals to 2 point something. So what is he telling? Acha, lambda is since lambda is an integer, what are then sum of all possible values of lambda? So what all values can lambda take? This is 0 point something, that means let us say 0.2. So lambda can be 1 and lambda can be 2 because this is 2 point something. That means what will sigma lambda I be equals to? That means lambda 1 plus lambda 2. Let us say lambda 1 is 1, lambda 2 is 2. So we get 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. So 3 should be the answer, dear students. That's it. Now let us go to the next question. Next question, he says the sum of all the real solutions of this equation. Okay. Now don't get frightened with this logarithmic equation. Okay. Now here we see, let us say this quadratic equation, 6x square plus 28x plus 30 can be write 6 into 30 is 180. 180 can be written as 6x square plus 18x plus 10x plus 30. So we can write this as 6x into x plus 3 plus 10 into x plus 3. So definitely students, we can write this as 6x plus 10 into x plus 3. And x square plus 6x plus 9, dear students, I think we can write it as x plus 3 whole square. So ultimately on the left hand side we get log 6x plus 10 multiplied with x plus 3 to the base x plus 3, and that is equals to 5 minus 2 log x plus 3 whole square to the base 6x plus 10, right? Now we know log x into y is nothing but log x plus log y, and we also know that log x raised to the power m is equals to m log x, dear students. So on the left hand side we get, if I apply this particular formula, I get, or property, we get log 6x to the base 10, sorry, log 6x plus 10 to the base x plus 3 plus log x plus 3 to the base x plus 3, that is equals to 5 minus, now this 2 will jump here, so we get 4 log x plus 3 to the base 6x plus 10. Acha, log a to the base a, dear students, is 1 provided a is greater than 0. So we should make sure that x plus 3 is positive, so this value will be 1. So ultimately we get log 6x to the base 10 x plus 3. Acha, let me bring this to the left hand side, so we get plus 4 times log x plus 3 to the base 6x plus 10, and that is equals to 5 minus 1. Why minus 1? Because this value is 1, right? Acha, dear students, we know that log x to the base y is log x. Can we write, acha, dear students, we know that log x to the base y is nothing but 1 by log y to the base x. I hope you know this formula, dear students. So we can write this as log 6x plus 10 to the base x plus 3 plus 4 divided by log 6x plus 10 to the base x plus 3. If you have understood this step, right, then that's great. So let now, I think all of you know what will we be doing. 6x plus 10 and x plus 3, let us say this is equals to log of this, should, let us say it is t. So we get t plus 4 divided by t is equals to 4, or we can even say t square minus 4t plus 4 equals to 0, or we can say t minus 2 whole square is equals to 0, which implies t is nothing but 2. And what is t, dear students? That is nothing but log 6x plus 10 to the base x plus 3, that is equals to 2. That means if I apply anti-log, I get 6x plus 10 is equals to x plus 3 whole square, which on solving I get 6x plus 10 is equals to x square plus 9 plus 6x. We can cancel 6x, so we ultimately get x square is equals to 1. That means x is equals to plus or minus 1. Now you can yourself verify, replace the value of x as 1 direct. Achha, don't directly take x as plus or minus 1. This should be satisfied in the domain. If I replace x with 1, let x with 1, then log 6x plus 10, right, that will be 6 plus 10 is 16 to the base 3 plus 1 is 4, so this will definitely be log 4 square to the base. So this value will be 2, dear students. Now take take x as minus 1. Why am I taking this? We are just checking, dear students, so that the domain is satisfied. Now 6x plus 10, so we get log minus 6 plus 10 will be 4, and 3 minus 1 will be 2, so we get this as log 2 square to the base 2, which is also 2. That means therefore x is equals to 1 and minus 1 sigma xi, right? He's asking us to find the, I think he's asking us to find the sum of the real solutions, so that will be 1 minus 1, which should be 0, dear students. So 0 should be the answer. Option 3 is indeed correct. That's it from this video. Thank you for watching this. Meet you with the next one.